All right, today we are diving into something called Socialized. It's a platform that's making a pretty bold promise to blend our social lives, our creative side, and even our finances all into one single experience. The big question is this the future? Or is it just a really risky bet? So let me just throw this out there. What if your dating app had its own stock market? I mean, really think about that. That's pretty much the wild idea at the heart of Socialized. You could be swiping, looking for a date, and then on the very next screen, you're trading digital art like you're on Wall Street. It's a huge, ambitious concept. So let's dig in and see how they're actually trying to pull this off. Okay, so first things first, what's the big picture here? Socialized is being pitched as way more than just another app on your phone. They're selling it as a complete social ecosystem. The goal, it seems, is for this to be the one place you go for, well, everything. Finding love, making friends, and even creating and selling your own art. At its core, a big piece of this is the dating side of things, but it promises to be deeper than just, superficial swipes. You've got features like mindful dating and matches curated by AI, all supposedly designed to help you build real, meaningful connections based on who you actually are. But it's not just about finding a partner. Socialized is also positioning itself as this creative hub. For instance, it has an AI music creator that lets you generate your own tracks right there in the app. The whole point seems to be empowering you to be a creator, not just a consumer of content.
And this is where you can really see their ambition. They are trying to push the limits of what an online date can even be. The platform is building in features for VR romance, so you can have dates in virtual reality. I mean, that could literally take your connections to a whole new dimension.
Okay, and this is where it starts to feel like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. On their official roadmap, they actually have plans for a ZID chip implant for secure logins. We're talking about a future where the platform is literally seamlessly integrated with your physical body.
So how does all of this connect? How does it work? Well, this entire social universe is powered by its own economy, the Z Points marketplace. And this is where that whole idea of a dating app meeting a stock market really comes to life. And here's the key. Everything on the platform runs on this currency they call Z Points. You use them for everything, unlocking features, sending virtual gifts, and most importantly, for buying and selling digital assets, or NFTs, on their marketplace. And they make it look incredibly simple to become a creator. It seems like with just a few clicks, you can mint your own NFT, whether that's a piece of digital art, that song you just made with their AI tool, or pretty much anything else. And then you can put it up for sale. And of course, they're really pushing the social proof here. You see testimonials and community buzz everywhere. It's all designed to make this marketplace feel like a super vibrant, active place where people are constantly trading, discovering, and having fun. They also put a spotlight on the creators themselves, giving them a space to announce their latest collections. This really helps build engagement, making it feel less like some sterile financial exchange and more like a cool, dynamic art gallery. But this is where we really need to pump the brakes and take a much closer look. Because hiding behind all of these futuristic features and the exciting community chatter, there's a document that you have to agree to. It's called the NFT Market and Risk Disclosure. And let me tell you, the story it tells is very, very different. Right off the bat, here's the first major warning, and this is a direct quote from their own document. I mean, it doesn't get much clearer than that. This is not some guaranteed investment. In fact, they state flat out that you could lose every single penny you put in. And they're pretty upfront about why. The platform itself says that the prices of these digital things are extremely volatile. So that NFT you buy today for 1,000 Z points, yeah, tomorrow it could be worth next to nothing, and it could happen in a flash with zero warning. And here's another huge risk they mention: illiquidity. You see, just because you own something doesn't mean you can actually sell it. The disclosure warns that you might find it difficult or maybe even impossible to find someone willing to buy it from you. You could be stuck with it. Then there's the whole issue of scams and fraud, which, believe it or not, they're pretty open about. They talk about things like counterfeit NFTs, rug pulls, that's where creators just vanish with the money, and other scams. And look at that line in bold. They make it crystal clear that it's your job and yours alone to protect yourself. Now, this is a really, really important point that a lot of people get wrong. When you buy an NFT on Zocialized, you're not actually buying the art. What you're buying is a token on a blockchain that just points to that art. You almost never get the copyright or the intellectual property rights. So, after laying out all of these dangers, from wild price swings to straight up scams, the document then makes it really clear who's left holding the bag if things go sideways.
Here's the thing. Zocialized legally defines itself as just a middleman, a venue. They state that they are not a part of any deal or transaction between you and whoever you're buying from or selling to. They're just the place where it happens.
And this, right here, is the bottom line. This is the legal clause that basically says it all. By using their marketplace, you are agreeing to take on 100% of the risk, and you are legally giving up your right to sue or hold the platform responsible for any loss for any reason whatsoever. Which leaves us with this final massive question. As our social worlds and our financial worlds continue to merge on platforms like this, who is actually responsible for keeping us safe? Is it the platform or is it us? In the world of Zocialized, their own fine print makes the answer perfectly clear. You are on your own.